Hi, welcome back to another video. My name is Kasturi. I'm a student at UniMel B. I'm studying marketing and this is my very first semester and the very first time in Melbourne. I'm a student who is figuring out my life here and making videos so that people who want to come to Melbourne or who are international students can relate and find their comfort space here on my channel. So yeah, that's me. That was a very quick introduction. I have never filmed in public before, but I'm kind of getting out of my comfort zone to some extent. Anyways, I am here in this beautiful garden. I discovered this place the first time when I accidentally came here. I didn't know what tram stop to get off from, and I just got off on the wrong tram stop. And that is when I first actually came here. And I'm sitting under this giant tree, which is so beautiful. It's like the perfect time of the day. It is almost 4 o'clock, and if you guys are wondering why I'm in Indian traditionals, that is because I'm going to ISKCON in some time. It's such a beautiful day. It's not too sunny, it's not too cloudy. Very rare to find in Melbourne. So that is the thing that I like about Melbourne. Some days, yes, the weather is quite shitty, but some days, oh my god, the weather is just so beautiful. Just like today. I also made some notes for this video, and you could have already figured out from the title of the video what this video is going to be about. So yeah, let's just get started honestly because I don't want to waste a lot of time. I'm kind of running late. I have to go to ISKCON as I said. Plus, I didn't charge my mic. Also, I forgot the little clip that you put that you don't have to hold it all the time, but I forgot that. I don't know, but I'm a little conscious. Like, nobody's watching me. That's the thing about Australia. Nobody cares what you're doing. Everybody is just busy in their lives. Everybody is either exercising or reading a book or on their phone or just talking with other people or just having their time alone. Nobody really cares here what you're doing. So even if I'm in public, even on middle of the street, I would be dancing, nobody would care to watch or judge. That is what I love about Australia. I just made a random list of the things that I want to talk about. This video is not going to be structured. I'm so sorry for that. I tried my best to recall as many points as I could, but yeah, this is the best that I can do. First of all, let me just show you guys how beautiful this place is. Yeah, so let's just get started with the video. I'm sorry, I'm doing this video for the very first time, but I'm really happy that it's finally reaching to the people that need to see my videos. I've been getting questions from students who are interested in coming to Australia. People are writing emails and people are texting me on Instagram and in the comment section. So I'm really grateful for all of that. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, please always feel free to ask anything that you want because I would be more than happy because that is exactly why I started this channel. Because I remember when I was back in India, I was so anxious coming here alone, traveling alone for the very first time, and I just wanted somebody to guide me and support me. And I think I would love to become that ray of hope to anybody who is planning to coming to Melbourne. So yeah, let's just get started with the video. Okay, the very first thing that I want to talk about is my uni curriculum. Now, in India, the uni curriculum is very simplified. Like, you have these many semesters, these many subjects, you don't get to choose, you will have exams. There are no subjects where you don't have any exams. And everything is pretty simplified. But here, because there's so much of flexibility and there's so much to choose from, it just becomes really overwhelming. For example, you get to choose your own subjects. You get to choose if you want to study something that is out of your faculty or out of your stream. You get to choose what subjects you want to study in which semester. Plus, you get to choose if you want to drop any subjects. For example, I got an exemption for 8 subjects because I'd already studied them in my undergrad. So, if you get any exemptions in your offer letter, they would always be mentioned in your offer letter. Go through them, understand if they're really required because you always an option to drop them. So why not? And I have dropped all of my exempted subjects. I'm just doing one BADM as that subject. Yeah, that way you can study other subjects from your electives, which makes learning so much fun. So I was very confused when I started uni because I wouldn't understand most of the things. So in this case, I would highly, highly, highly recommend you to talk to a senior and get everything sorted, because these subjects have census dates and you cannot apply for any subject after the dates, no matter how interested you are or how capable you are of doing that subject. After the dates are gone, you cannot do anything. So I would highly recommend you to talk to any senior. If you are from Uni Melby and if you are from the business and economics faculty, I would be more than happy to help you. Number two, I want to talk about is making friends. Making friends here is so hard. I never thought it's going to be so hard. I always thought that making friends in uni would be so easy, considering the amount of activities that are held in the uni, considering the amount of people there are. Plus, everybody is coming from strange places, and everybody here is to make friends. That is what I thought. But I was wrong. Making friends is very hard. I don't know why. I'm still figuring out why, but I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm an introvert, but also because people here are too busy with their lives. Everybody is studying, everybody is working, everybody is doing a full time, part time. And maybe that is one of the reasons. But yeah, I don't know. Making friends is really hard. Finding an accommodation. I can make a whole another video on this because I got scammed twice. Yeah, I'm going to be making a video very soon. Finding an accommodation here is not hard, to be honest. I would highly recommend you to book an Airbnb for like 10 days and then find an accommodation. But please don't do it without inspection. Do not book an accommodation without inspection. I saw this YouTube video where a girl would explain her experience where she bought this house without inspection and she had like a terrible experience. And still, I did that mistake myself and I got scammed. If you are looking for an accommodation, it's very easy to find. You will always find people that are renting out places. It's not a very big thing. So it's always better to get a place after you've done the inspection. Okay. Another thing that I think you guys might want to know is about the language or the accent barrier. So most of my professors are Indians, so that's not a very big problem for me. But apart from uni, I don't think anywhere else I have come across any Aussie. Especially in Melbourne, you would rarely find any Aussies. Like, I understand that they have like a strong accent and it's hard to understand them sometimes, but most of the times you're going to not clash into them because you will find people from all over the world in Melbourne. So it shouldn't be a big problem. But even if you think like it's a big problem for you, especially in uni, you always have the option to change your professor. You can join somebody else's class and maybe give it a try. You can talk to the professor and maybe they can help you out. Trust me, there are always many, many options in uni. You will never feel like I'm not being helped out. Okay, now let's talk about the activities in uni. I have been missing out on so many things ever since I've started my shifts. Trust me, guys, there are so many things in uni. Like every week, or you can say even every day, they would have some or the other activity. Also, in the city, not just the uni, but the city always has some fun activities to do. Okay, now let's talk about learning to say no. If you are somebody who is like a big, big people pleaser like me, who cannot say no to anything, life is going to be so tough for you. You will find people making plans all the time, and you must learn to say no. You will find people making you work for the things that you're not liable for all the time. Let it be your part time or let it be outside your part time, let it be your uni for that matter. You need to learn to say no. You need to know where do your boundaries end and where they start. So learn to say no. Even if it hurts somebody, just say no. Getting complimented by strangers. Oh my god, that is such a thing in Australia. I don't know if it's just the Aussies or if it's like everybody, but everybody is just so sweet. You would find everybody smiling and laughing and complimenting you. So it's really fun. That is what I like about Australia. Also, one more thing to mention, nobody here really cares. As I mentioned earlier, even if you're dancing on the streets, people won't care. They just let you do your thing. For example, right now in this park, there are around 100 people, and nobody cares to look at me while I'm sitting under a giant tree and recording myself with a mic in my hand. Nobody cares. So that is what I love about Australia. Let's talk about feelings now. I was very anxious when I came here because I've never lived alone. never lived away from my family, and it was very tough. Honestly, I have had those moments where I wanted to return back home and just live like I was previously living, because life is really tough here. You have to do everything by yourself. You have to wash dishes, you have to do the laundry, you have to go to part time, you have to manage your studies. And with all of this, you still want to make sure that this part of your life that you're living becomes the best part of your life. Like, for example, I still want to go and have fun with my friends, and I still want to go to shopping and outings and do other fun stuff. So yeah, it's pretty hard, especially in the beginning, but with time, everything just becomes a routine and you will get used to it. I've been getting questions from people asking me how was my experience here, or did I have homesickness, or was I anxious? And yeah, definitely I was. Most people are not brave enough to come to a strange country and start their life from scratch. And if you are making the decision to do so, you've already won the match. You are already halfway through if you are committing that to yourself, knowing that it's going to be difficult. And if you're still willing to come here, I think you're already halfway through. Balancing part-time and job. Oh my god. This is very difficult. Honestly, the most difficult part here as an international student is balancing your studies with your job. I have been working for the past 1 month, and oh my god, ever since I've started working, I have been losing track of my studies. Not that I'm not studying, obviously, I need to study. If you don't study here every single day, you're not going anywhere. In back in India, I was very comfortable in studying last minute. I would just revise like 1 week before and I was good to go. But here, you have to study every single day. Not every single day, but you have to study after your lectures. You cannot keep anything for last minute because studies are not easy. Regardless of what course you're doing, the study pattern is very tricky. There are no shortcuts, there are no cut throughs. You have to go through everything and you have to study really hard. Finding a part time job. Okay, where do I start this from? I got my part time job in the first 15 days of coming here, and that was completely because I met a friend who was already working somewhere and they needed somebody. They were hiring. So you can say it was just purely luck, but honestly finding part time is not that difficult. Finding a part time job is kind of tough, but once you start making friends, once you start networking with people, once you start understanding those little tactics to find a job, I think it becomes easy. So it's not that difficult because I've seen people getting multiple part time jobs, but initially you would find it difficult. Okay, now let's talk about the last thing for today, which is homesickness. It's very natural to miss the life that you were living back at your home, especially when life here is going to be so tough. So tough. I remember my first week in Melbourne was very, very, very tough. I wasn't making a lot of friends. I wouldn't understand a lot of things. I would get lost most of the time. I didn't understand how trams worked. I didn't understand the uni curriculum, and I just didn't enjoy a lot. But that's very natural because you're coming to a strange country that you've never been before to, and you're trying to figure out everything all at once. You don't have your friends here, nor your family. You're doing everything alone, and you're doing everything all at a time. Right from choosing your subjects to washing your dishes, you're doing everything by yourself. So it's okay to be anxious. It's very normal, it's very natural. It happens to everybody. But you need to stay strong. You need to be very, very patient. I have seen people returning back to their home countries in a span of 15 days. So I won't make any fake promises as to everything is going to be all right, but there are going to be tough times. And to this day, it has almost been like 2 months, and I still miss home at times. I still want to run back, but it's also really fun here. I mean, it's not that boring. You will have tough days, but you'll also have a lot of fun days. Me and my roommates have a lot of fun. I am now making I am now making a lot of friends. Even in my shift, I started making a lot of friends, so it's fun over there. Plus, now that I've already figured out my uni and all my subjects and everything of that sort, I don't have to deal with all of it which makes my life so much more simplified. So yeah, life is not really that tough anymore. Only the initial part, especially like the 1 month period, is going to be tough. But after that, once you get into the routine, everything is just going to be so all right. So yeah, that is for this video. I am so happy that I'm finally done with this video. I wanted to make it since a long time. I'm not sure if it actually got recorded because I've never used this mic. And the only time I used it, I didn't use it correctly. So yeah, if if my video is not recorded, I swear I'm gonna be throwing away this mic. Anyways, I think I'm gonna get some pictures because this place is really beautiful and I'm all dressed up and I have to go to ISKCON. If you guys have any questions, I would be more than happy to answer them. If you guys have ever asked me a question, you guys know I answer it like within 24 hours. And I love to do that. Honestly, like genuinely, I love to answer questions. I love when people ask me for help and I am being able to help them. That is the best feeling in the world. But if you have any questions, you can always write them in the comments down below, or you can write a mail, or you can also text me on Instagram. I am more than happy to answer it. That's it for this video. I'm so happy I'm finally done with this video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.